Good Monday morning. We have a great show, an exotic show to get to today. I'm Carly Boyette.
I like that, an exotic show, exotic Monday for you. I am Natalie Taylor. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we do want to get right to our next guest because there are so many different topics that we want to talk with Dr. Laurie Hess here. First off, I was able to skim through your book here. I got to say, you're not only an exotic vet, you also have wonderful personal stories in here. And she's doing some fascinating research all about autism. How in the world are you able to keep it all straight, Dr. Laurie?
Lots of balls in the air, lots of balls in the air.
Well, you know, I want to bring up the book real fast because you tackle issues of a working mom and you talk about obviously your love for animals. And we're not just talking regular animals, yes, exotic animals, even stories of people living in New York City with some crazy animals. Talk a little bit about your background so we can introduce you to our audience.
Well, as you said, I'm an exotic animal vet, which means I work with all kinds of fun, crazy animals, non-dogs and cats, but lizards and birds and all kinds of rodents and all kinds of fun things. And I've done that for the past couple of decades, and it's a great opportunity for me to get to know the families that have these pets and learn all about these amazing animals and the bonds that they make with these families and particularly these children.
This is pretty cool. And I want to go ahead, you brought a ton of animals with you this morning. I want to go ahead and bring the first one in so we can make sure and get them all in today, which these are so popular these days now.
So this is a bearded dragon lizard. You can hold him if you want. Yeah, he can hold him. He's great. I mean, these are great pets in general, but for kids on the spectrum, they offer real benefits to their social and emotional development. So this would be a perfect pet for a child, for example, that has Asperger's syndrome. Those children are really highly intelligent, focused on attention to detail. And the reason this is such a great pet is that this animal thrives with detail. So they need specific light, temperature, humidity, they need to be fed insects. And a child that's focused on those types of things would be a terrific owner for this kind of pet.
I know, we're talking like the autism spectrum now. I feel like we're learning so much more about it. When was it that you found out that these exotic animals, kind of talk about how you kind of fell into this and said, wait a minute, we're kind of learning something here.
Well, I actually had a patient several years ago that really explained to me, like, this was the bearded dragon. I had a patient years ago that was a bearded dragon lizard owned by a little boy, and he was really impulsive, really aggressive in his behavior, and his family got him a bearded dragon. And after he learned to kind of calm down, focus on the details of his care, miss the animal every morning, feed it crickets, his whole demeanor changed. He became much more patient, calmer, and he was interacting with his family and his friends in a totally different way.
So it was repeatedly after seeing patients and clients and come in with the different pets. Can we get to the next one?
Yeah, so our next animal, this is a cockatiel. And cockatiels are great little birds in general. They're terrific animals. But for a child on the spectrum who perhaps doesn't have great verbal communication skills, who really is not very social, this is a terrific animal because these birds encourage language. So not only when you speak to a bird like this will it give you attention back for speaking to it, but it actually can learn to speak words back to you. So for a child that isn't using a lot of language, like I had another child that I work with in my practice who really was very, very painfully shy, really wasn't interacting with other children. Her family got her a bird, she started to talk to the bird, and the bird started to repeat her words back. So she was so excited about speaking, and then she was excited to have her friends, new friends, come over to see her interact with this bird.
Hi, he's saying hi now, aren't
there he is. And birds are great pets in general. Yeah, so, I mean, if you're interested in a bird, there is a great website. It's called myrightbird.com, and there's a quiz on there that children and their families can take to learn about what birds are best for them.
I love this because I think so many people are, families assume cats, dogs, that's maybe the option.
Exactly.
What about a turtle? That's who we have next.
Okay, so this is actually a tortoise. So these guys live on land. He's a red-footed tortoise. And this is another great pet for a child on the spectrum. Perhaps a child with ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and you can hold him as well. He's very gentle.
I'm so proud of you. I'm Dr. Laurie's assistant today.
And the reason these are so great, and he's very, very nice. You can touch him. These are animals that are obviously very quiet, very slow-moving, very calm. And for a child who's very sensitive to being overstimulated, to a lot of noise, this is a great pet. It's not like a barking dog or a fast-running cat. He can hang out in its cage. It doesn't need to be handled a lot, and it's just very calm and mellow. And I, again, have worked with children, another one in my practice, another child who was just so hyper and really couldn't focus on his homework. He wasn't doing well in school. His family got him one of these pets, and this kind of tortoise, just like this. And when he did his homework, he did it in the presence of the tortoise, and his whole body language changed. He started to focus on his homework better, and he started to do better in school.
Wow. Aww. I was going to say, you should write a book, but you have. How much is in the book of kind of...
Well, my book is all about stories. Some of them are the ones I'm telling you, and others are just really happy, fun, silly stories, too.
Say, in the book, the one story about a pig living in a New York apartment that she had to soundproof, that's probably my favorite story. I mean, Dr. Laurie, you have seen it all. Now, I got to say, the rat, the tail kind of gets me.
I know, everybody.
Yep. The New York rat, the famous New York rat.
This is a Florida rat.
So, I mean, who can be helped by a rat, I should say?
So rats are great pets in general. They're really, really sweet. They actually are incredibly affectionate. They bond to their owners, and they're really, really smart and very clean. But they really are great because they help people express emotions. This one's a little crazy. She's a little active. But for a child that isn't good at expressing emotions, actually, she just wants to be held close. You know, I had a child that I worked with who really didn't make a lot of eye contact with her family, and she got a pet rat, and she bonded to this rat in such a way that she was able to express emotion better herself. She was less stressful. She started to actually have more eye contact with her own family. So it's a great pet to help her really understand how to express her emotions.
I keep thinking of the Broadway play that got so popular, Curry Simpson of the dog in the nighttime. I mean, it's kind of the same, you know, storyline.
This is a really sweet animal.
And I will say, speaking of sweet animals, I mean,
look at this guy or girl.
So this is another rodent. This is a guinea pig, obviously.
It's
a very sweet animal.
Rodent is such a misleading name.
It has a negative connotation,
I know, right?
but this is a very sweet animal.
Hi,
so I wanted to mention a couple of pets, this one and our next one too, that are not specifically just for kids on the spectrum, but that are great for example, for a person who's a shut-in, a senior citizen who doesn't go out a lot, who maybe doesn't have a lot of other human contact. This is a cuddly, sweet animal, obviously.
Are they easy to take care of?
Oh, very easy. They don't have to be walked. You can let them run around a room. They get exercise. They're clean. Guinea pigs are cute. They make little purring noises like kittens, which people don't actually know.
Are they really this big?
Yeah, this is pretty much an average size.
And speaking of hamsters, I know this is the biggest bunny I've ever seen.
Put them, maybe I'll just hand off to you.
I mean, perfect time. April is Autism Awareness and also Easter. So this is the best of both worlds here.
So again, big bunny, big heart, really sweet and gentle. These guys actually make clicking noises when they're really excited. But for someone who doesn't go out a lot, this is an animal who will sit in your lap and cuddle and be your constant companion. And I've had, clients I've worked with. I have a client named Gertie, who's an older woman. She's a widower, and her favorite time of day is where she sits down to dinner and shares her veggies with her bunny.
Aww. Gets kids eating veggies too.
Exactly.
I need a bunny to help that at home.
So
fascinating.
cute. I was going to say,
absolutely fascinating.
And unfortunately, we are out of time because we could keep going, Dr. Laurie. Thank you so much for your time.
We did get all the animals.
Yes, very much.
Thank you so much for being here in Florida and stopping by the show. We appreciate it. Check out the book. You can get it anywhere where books are sold, correct? Amazon?
Exactly, Amazon.
And Unlikely Companions. It's a good one.